Hello Aidan, it's Paul Zerdin here, and I've got your questions in front of me and I'm going to try and answer them as best I can. Hope you're well, and Happy New Year. So the first question I've got here is, how are you and what do you do? I'm very well, thank you, and I'm a ventriloquist, which means I play with dolls for a living. Question number 2. How did you get into ventriloquism? I got into ventriloquism from an early age. I was a magician when I first started, and I was given a box of magic tricks one Christmas, probably when I was about 9 or 10. And around about the same kind of time, same age, for a birthday present, I was given some puppets, some string puppets, marionettes made by Pelham Puppets. And so I loved puppets and I loved magic from a very early age, and I was a massive fan of Sesame Street as a kid growing up, and the Muppets and anything to do with Jim Henson. So I always knew that I would do something, or hope to do something in that world, because I'd seen it on the telly, and I just was blown away by the Muppets, really. And magic. I used to watch the Paul Daniels magic show and see all the most amazing acts from all around the world, you know, ventriloquists, jugglers, comedians, comedy magicians. So I grew up watching all sorts of things, and they kind of influenced me. Number 3, how are you so well known today? Oh, how are you so well known today? How am I so well known today? Am I so well known today? I guess if I am known, then it's probably because of a talent show in America called America's Got Talent, which in 2015 I went and entered, and I won it. And I think if you're going to enter a talent competition, you should win it. I had done lots of television over the years in the UK, and I also did a TV talent show here, 1996, with Jonathan Ross, and I won that. And from that got me onto lots of television shows, and then I had my own live shows in Blackpool and pantomime and summer seasons and cruise ships, and so the television exposure helped me get lots of live work, including lots of corporate entertainment. And I've just been kind of working away at it for many years now. Nearly about 30 years I've been doing it, and then 5 years ago I went over to America and thought I'll enter America's Got Talent. And I won it. I never expected to win it, but I won it. And then that gave me my own show in Las Vegas. And also now for the last 5 years, we've been doing pantomime at the London Palladium. So that's been very exciting. And this year we almost did it. We opened for one weekend, and then we were told to close by the government, which was slightly annoying. But I'm guessing that we were lucky to even get it open at all in these current conditions. What would you suggest to young kids wanting to get into professional comedy? It's a tough old road, but I think if you really want to do it, with anything really, if you're that determined, the chances are you probably will do it. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of rejection. The comedy circuit is probably a really good way to learn. I used to do the working men's clubs, I used to do holiday camps, and the comedy circuit, so I kind of did it all really. And I think the more audiences you can entertain, different kinds of audiences, different age groups, makes you a better performer, makes you be able to cope with any crowd and anything that's thrown your way. You have to learn to cope with it, whether it be doing a gig outside and being heckled by an Alsatian, or doing a gig outside and being heckled by seagulls and the noise of a helicopter, Coast Guard helicopter. I mean, you just have to cope with everything really, so the more experience you get, the better. Try out your jokes on your family and friends and annoy the hell out of them until you start getting laughs, and you just have to keep at it, and when it doesn't work you rewrite it and keep trying again and again and again, and you'll find a way. How many hours does it take to become a ventriloquist? Well, I spent probably 2 years learning the basics of how to talk without moving your lips, and I sat in front of the mirror every day. I used to do about half an hour when I was a sort of teenager, all my mates were out chasing girls. I was in my bedroom, in front of the mirror, learning how to do the alphabet without moving my lips, going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So I spent years learning how to talk without moving my lips. 2 years to get the basics, and then as soon as I started working, I used to, you know, that was my practice. So I've been doing it for a long time. But yeah, I'd say it takes a couple of years to get the basic knack for ventriloquism. With everything closed, how would a young person keep developing their comedy ventriloquism skills? Well, everything's gone onto Zoom now, and you know, video messages and things such as this interview. I think social media is an amazing platform, or there are amazing platforms within social media, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all that kind of thing. That's a good place to try out your stuff. And you could film a sketch and then whack it up onto YouTube or TikTok, and you'll get a pretty instant reaction whether people like it or not. And so while you can't have a live audience because of the whole crazy situation we're in, you know, social media is a really good way to try out stuff, I think. What programs or group do you suggest young people do to get training? Do you know what? I don't actually know the answer to that. I'm self-taught. I learnt ventriloquism from a book. There are lots and lots of books on how to become a ventriloquist, but no one teaches you how to be funny. You have to kind of find that for yourself. Write jokes. You can hear jokes and get an idea for the structure of a joke, and then you can probably learn to rewrite a joke and make it your own, but based on a kind of simple format, setup, punchline. I don't think there's any colleges or any places you can specifically go and learn ventriloquism. There are online courses, I believe, but I've never seen any, but I hear that there are. So it might be worth looking online. You know, everything's online now, and maybe there's something on YouTube. Various ventriloquists, I think, have put sort of, you know, lessons up over the last few years, so that might be a way to learn. But I learned from a very simple book by a British ventriloquist called Ray Allen, and it was called Got La Gear. So that taught me the technique. Could you tell people about a new project you're doing? No. Yes, just towards the end of last year's lockdown, I wrote with my friend Martin Beaumont a series called Sponge Weekly, which was a specific online TV show, and it was meant for all the family. When I tour my live show, it tends to be more of an adult show, and kids under 14 aren't really allowed because it's a little bit rude. There's a bit of colourful language, but last year I wanted to, because I thought everyone's locked down and families are just kind of stuck together, I thought I'll make a show for all the families. So I created Sponge Weekly, which was well received on my YouTube channel, my Paul Zerdin YouTube channel. And my plan is to write a new series and record that at some point later this year. I've also got a street vent show which I've just piloted, and I'm hopefully developing that for a TV network. So those are some things in the pipeline. What sparks people getting into ventriloquism and comedy? Well, I guess you've got to be a bit weird to start with, which luckily I was. I used to like dressing up, I used to like showing off. I like magic, I like puppets, and I saw a ventriloquist on a TV show, on the Paul Daniels show actually. He was Ray Allen, the guy whose book I learnt from, and that's the first time I'd ever seen a ventriloquist before, and he blew me away. I thought, wow, there's puppets and the puppeteer's not hiding underneath the table operating the puppet. The puppeteer is in vision, and I thought, well, that's amazing. I can have a puppet and I can be the star of the show as well. So I thought, ooh, ventriloquism, that'll suit me. In answer to your question, that's kind of how it got me into doing it. How old were you when you got into ventriloquism? I think I learned ventriloquism from about the age of 13 or 14, but I but I'd loved puppets and magic from a much earlier age. How was your AGT experience, and how would you encourage kids who want to get into a talent show like BGT? So I absolutely loved doing America's Got Talent. I felt very comfortable. I'd been doing it for a long time, so I felt experienced enough to cope with a show like that, particularly when you get to the live shows, which my year were from Radio City Musical, which is a very big theatre. It holds about 6,000, and then you've got millions of people at home watching live on NBC. So I guess if you weren't experienced enough, that whole occasion could be quite daunting, but I'd been doing it a lot and for a long time, and I'd been on Royal Variety performances here and done some big gigs here, so I felt ready for it. I was excited. I thought I won't let the nerves get to me. I thought I'll channel the nerves into positive energy and just go out there and give them, you know, the best I can, and it worked. I never expected to win. I thought I stood a good chance of getting into the finals, but I genuinely thought that the American people would vote for an American, and they chose a British guy with a puppet over an American, so I'm forever grateful. So young people recognise you could perform a short joke routine with that you're known for. Oh, okay. This is Sam. He's one of my main characters. And
what's going on?
Oh, we're doing this interview for Aidan.
All right. Hi, Aidan.
And so I guess this is one of the routines that I'm sort of known for. I've done it on television quite a lot over the years, and it's something I wrote a long time ago. It's basically where the puppet just copies me, like a kid does. You know, when you're an annoying kid and you're copying the grown-up and they're getting more and more cross. I thought that would be fun, and so I've done it for a long time. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so he just keeps on copying me.
So he just keeps on copying me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
It's really annoying.
It goes on.
It goes on.
And on.
And on.
And on.
And on.
And on.
And on.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you copying me?
Are you copying me?
Would you not do that?
Would you not do that?
Look.
Look.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Look.
I'm
warning you. You.
Just stop it.
Stop it.
It's pathetic.
Stop it.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Oh. I can't do that.
No. So that's a routine.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. You're out of here.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Sorry. Anyway, I hope that answers all your questions, Aidan. This is Paul Zerdin, News at 10, in my kitchen.